Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be using new makeup that I had bought. Some of it isn't new, like it didn't just come out this year, but it's new to me, and some of these items are new items that just came out. So let's get started. For my base today I used the Glossier Future Dew, and I used the First Aid Beauty Barrier Cream. And then I use this Kinship sunscreen. For my base makeup today, I'm going to use this Urbay Decay hydrator in shade Light 30. I'm going to pin back my hair. And I am going to use the new Eco Tool sponge, the biodegradable one. I'm just going to put some on the back of my hand. I can tell that the usual sponge that I use is the Real Technique one, and it's a lot more denser than this. This is a lot more soft. But I am liking it so far. And I only used like one squirt with that lotion, one drop, I guess you would say. And it did cover my whole face, as you can see. It has a nice glow to it. I would say it has pretty good coverage. It covered up some of my spots that I got here. I got one right here that's it's not covering, but it did cover this one, and it covered my redness. I don't think it's supposed to have a lot of coverage, but let me read the claims. Medium coverage, so yeah, I would say it's a medium coverage. Next I have I think I'm going to do my cream shadow next. I bought these Smashbox cream shadows. I bought two shades. This is Rose, and I think this is what I'm going to use like all over my lid. It's like a rose color, obviously, like a pink. And then I bought Guava, which is I think I might use in the corner because it's a little bit darker, I think. Yeah, it's a little bit darker. And it's like a darker rose color, I would say. And actually, I have these brushes that I never used before from Morphe. I got them during the Ulta sale a couple years ago, so I'm going to use these to try them out. There's quite a bit of brushes in here. I think I'm going to use the shadow brush right here, the oval shadow, the M167. I'm going to use that to put on it all over my crease and all over the lid. So I'm starting with this rose shade, and I'll do a swatch of it. Right here, so it is quite darker than I thought it was going to be. Okay, get some on my brush. I guess I'll just start putting it on. It does go on very easily. It's not hard to spread or anything. I'm going to take this firm blending fluff brush, the M433 from Morphe. I'm going to use this to kind of blend it out in the crease a little bit better. Just so it's not so intense. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing to my other eye. Grab a little bit more. I don't usually use a lot of cream shadows, but I have been getting into it a little bit more just because it's a lot more easier than having to come up with an idea for what I want to do for my eyes. Usually I'm not a matte eye wearer, I like glitter, but today I'm just going to leave it matte. These don't have any shimmer or anything in them, they're just matte colors. So there's rose all over the lids. And then I think just to deepen up the corners, I'm going to take a little bit of this guava shade and I'll put a swatch next to the other swatch. It's almost like the same color, it's just a little bit darker. This is rose and this is guava, so it's more of like a darker red tone. More of like, still it's more of like a rose tone too though. And I'm just going to focus this on my corner right here, just to deepen it a little bit. When I do eyeshadows, I always like to do two-toned looks, like have it all light on the lid and then do like it a little bit darker on the edge. I just think it looks a little bit, gives it more dimension. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. I'm going to get some more. Yeah, these are very, very, very easy to blend out. It doesn't take much at all. And there's the finished look. They kind of almost look like the same color. You can't really tell. I put two different ones on. And actually, I'm trying to wipe these off and it's not that easy to wipe off. So I guess for them being called always on, I guess they do last pretty good. And I will write an update at the bottom, letting you know how long they did last on my eyes. They do look like to me that they're creasing a little bit in some areas already, a little bit, like settling into my lines in my eyes. Alright, next up, I'm going to go into this Elf concealer, the Brightening concealer. I got this in shade Light 26N. I don't normally use like a brightening concealer, I just use the Glossier one. I normally match my concealers to my foundation shade. You can see that's the color of it right there. I'll do a swatch on my hand. Right here it is. It's a little bit more peachier than my skin tone. I'm just going to add it right here in the side, and then I'm going to put it like that. I'm just going to do one eye at a time because I don't know how fast this dries or anything. The one thing I guess I don't really like about this sponge is the corners. I kind of like having the tip like I have with the Real Techniques one. There's like it's just a little tip at the top. It's like an egg. It's a little bit easier to get in the corner of your eye. I feel like I'm going to poke myself. With this one, I think I'll put a little bit more right here. I wouldn't, I guess it is a little bit brightening from this eye to this eye, and it does look a little bit more lifted than this eye. It does look very nice under the eye, though. It's not like a drying formula. It's very hydrating looking under there, which I like. My eyes have creases like most people's, so I don't really like to wear drying under eye formulas. And my skin, for some reason, under my eyes are just very, very dry, naturally. Yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I don't know how brightening it looks though, but it does look pretty good. Now that I did that, I'm actually going to take some of that other, I'm going to take this rose shade and put it underneath my eyes because I feel like under there it looks kind of, it needs some color down there. So I'm taking some on this brush again, the M167 brush, and I'm just going to take it below my bottom of my lid. I don't know if this brush is so good though, it's kind of pokey. But it does make a very good line. Yeah, that did the job. I'm just not used to using one color under my lid. Normally if I'm using glitter, I bring the glitter down below my lid just to add something down there. I'm not used to seeing just matte colors. And here's the finished eye look. I don't think it looks too bad. It's very, very, very vibrant, that's for sure. I don't know if I usually go for these tones, but it doesn't look too bad. Alright, next up on, I'm going to do my eyebrows. I don't have any new products. The newest product I have is that Anastasia Brow Freeze. That's like the newest product I have. That's new. I don't really change my eyebrow products very often. I actually just started doing my eyebrows. I really never touched them before. I just kind of let them be, but I'm trying to let them grow out so there's sparse areas in my eyebrow that I need to fix. And so far I do like the brow freeze, but it can be a little extreme. It really makes your eyebrows stick straight up. I'm not really into them sticking up like that. Like, see how this, they're just sticking straight up. I will fix it. I just leave them up like that for a few minutes and then I go back through with my other brow brush. And this one from the Benefit, I use this side and I just go through again, since it's got a little bit of the color from this pencil part on it and it's clean, doesn't have the brow freeze on it. And then I kind of just go around them and make sure there's no, cause some of my hair, brow hairs stick up a little bit. And that's about how I leave them. Okay, next I'm gonna go into bronzer. I'm hoping this will work. I bought some of the Kosas. I've been wanting to try their cream and color and light creams. I bought this one in Tropic Equinox, and to me it looked like a bronzer shade, so I'm hoping it'll work. Well, it's kind of more, I guess, orangey, but it might work. So this is Tropic Equinox. This is the blush, and this is supposed to be the highlighter. I'm not a big highlight person, but I might try putting it like on my eyes possibly, or maybe in the inner corner. So I'm just going to take some into my sponge, because that's usually how I use my bronzer. I just use it with the sponge. I'll put it right here. I tend to go higher up on my cheeks when I do my bronzer, and I always do my bronzer first. In camera it looks more pink, but when I'm looking in person it does look like an actual bronzer shade. It's more dark. Like from back here, as you can see, it looks more like a bronzer shade, so I think it does work if you have fairer skin like me. And once you get your blush on, it'll kind of blend it all together anyways. I'm going to take it up into my hairline. Got all these baby hairs. And I will swatch them so you can see the difference between the two shades. So far, it does blend out pretty well. It's very easy to blend out. I'm gonna put some under my jaw because of this situation I got going on here. I want to try to hide that a little. Okay, and then I'm going to go over everything with the side that I used for foundation, just to kind of make sure it's all blended together. Let me see. Okay. This is Velvet Melon right here, and this is the highlighter shade. I don't know if you can see that it kind of perfectly matches my skin. This is the bronzer shade, which is Tropic Equinox. And then this is the highlighter right here. I don't know if you can see that there. It's a little bit darker. Not much. You can see it like right there. I am going to try the Velvet Melon highlighter on my face. Oh yeah, it's very just like natural and dewy. Looks good. Alright, the next thing I want to try, I'm actually going to use this Alamar brush. It's their brightening brush. I'm going to try the Kosas Cloud Set powder. The reason why I've been wanting to try this is because I heard that you can use this and it'll still leave shine on your face, but it doesn't take away all the dewiness. And this is in the shade Breezy, which I think this is the second lightest shade. I didn't want to get too light. And I'm just going to kind of set everything. I usually use a brush like this to set my face because since I have dry skin, I like to just tap it on. And it actually goes really good under the eyes, brushes like this. And usually up here on my forehead I don't do much, I kind of just go like around the perimeter. I just leave the middle a little bit more dewy. And yeah, I would say it really didn't, you can see the glow right here, it didn't really take away too much glow. But I can see like under my eyes are a lot more set. They're not as dewy as they were. But it does kind of blur a little bit, like right here into my pores. It blurred. So far I like that. And my last item that I have, which will be my eyes, I'm going to try the Bite. I got a sample when I did my Sephora order, so I'm going to try this. I'm going to curl my lashes. This is a really kind of chunky brush here. I don't know if it's because it's a mini size or if that's just what the Bite brush looks like. I can already tell that I don't really think I'm gonna like this. This looks very clumpy in my eyelashes. Like very clumpy, like a lot comes off on this brush, and as you can see there's like a whole bunch clumped up on this top part, some clumped up on here, and then the middle has like no product in it. So I don't know if it's this sample or if this is how the actual mascara is, but so far I don't really think I like it. It like distributes too much product. Like as you can see here, it's like clumping up right here. There's a lot of product. Down here on my bottom lashes, it's all clumped. I mean, like, look at my fingers. That's like how much extra product is on this. It's kind of like messy. I like more of like a drier mascara. One that's not as doesn't have a lot of product that comes out. Okay, and this is the final look for today. I do really like it. I don't know about the eyeshadow color so much, but I mean, maybe if I mixed it in with like other like powder eyeshadows I have, maybe it would look better. Well, I think everything looks pretty good. I do like the blushes. I do like this Kosas powder so far. Mascara I don't like. I do like this Urbay Decay hydrator so far. So thank you for watching my video, and I will write down in the comments if this creases anymore, the eyeshadow or anything. And thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for my next videos next week. Thank you.